to Enlightenment. Today's topic is conscious evolution and the connection to light beings and the alchemy of existence. So let me know if you can hear me and see me and that everything I'm saying is coming across. And Demetrius, thank you, loud and clear. Okay, so today is a very important topic, continuing our journey. The path to enlightenment, conscious evolution, light beings, and the alchemy of existence, and how you can be a cosmic alchemist. So my friend Aurora Carlson suggested that I start these talks, if possible, by introducing certain principles or axioms or aphorisms. So I'm going to start with that today. It's a very good suggestion because it also disciplines me and keeps me on target because I tend to ramble on. Demetrius Vela from London. Nice to meet you and thank you for your suggestions. Okay. So here are today's axioms for our discussion. And the discussion is around conscious evolution, light beings, and the alchemy of existence. Axiom number one. Axiom number one. Light beings know they are made of light. I'm just thinking, should I explain each axiom as I go along or just go one by one, mention them, and then explain them? I think I'll just go one by one, mention them, and then do my best to explain them. So now, axiom number one. Light beings know they are made of light. Axiom number two. Light beings know they and the universe are made out of light. Number three. Light beings know that their body-mind is a rainbow body. Number four, light beings know that every so-called object, every so-called event, every experience, every thought, every feeling, every emotion, every image, every sensation is a rainbow body or has a rainbow body. I hope you can understand that, but I'll explain it anyway. So, number five, light beings know that all transformation is alchemy. All transformation is alchemy of entangled rainbow bodies. This will take some explaining. Number six, light beings understand that all existence is alchemy and the rearrangement and reshuffling of rainbow bodies, and that all existence evolves through intention, sometimes conscious and sometimes unconscious, but ultimately coming from the source. So intention plays a key role in evolution of the appearance of the universe and the body and everything else. Number seven, conscious evolution is the path to enlightenment and is, in one word, if we were going to use one word, it would be metacognition. 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 So that's number seven. And number eight is you can shapeshift at the speed of light. And indeed, you already are. You just don't know it, but now you can consciously shapeshift at the speed of light. Well, that's a big promise, okay? So please, all of those who think this is pseudoscientific babble, then you can either delete me or attack me or agree with me or disagree with me. It doesn't matter. What I'm saying comes from great wisdom traditions of the world. So let's go over these. I think I've mentioned 8 axioms today. Whatever. First axiom, light beings know they are made out of light. Okay, so your body is made out of light. Of course, standard answer is, what's the body made of? Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, a few other elements. But basically, 96% of the elements in your body are those 4. If you want to remember the acronym, it's CHON, C-H-O-N. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen. The rest of the atoms in the body are other elements of the periodic table. So where did they come from? Well, they were manufactured in the crucible of burning stars. And so you are a stardust being, which means you're a light being. You're a stardust being, which means you are a light being. And everything that you see that is physical is made of the same stardust. Stardust is light. And so you are a light being. Number 2, light beings know they and the universe are made of light. Yes, the universe is only experienceable because of light. Every interaction is the interaction of light. You and the universe are made of light. Light beings know that every object is ultimately made of light. I like this transparent object. I like this a lot. Okay, so light beings know that the universe and they are made of light. Now, very important next point, aphorism 3. Light beings know that their body-mind is a rainbow body. A rainbow body means an entanglement of different frequencies of visible light. Of course, there are invisible frequencies of light as well, right? X-rays, gamma rays, cosmic rays, infrared, microwaves, radio waves, ultraviolet. But the visible body, and the body-mind is a rainbow body, which means it's the entanglement of visible light, visible electromagnetic energy. Ultimately, it's held together, in fact, by electromagnetic fields. So light beings know that their body-mind is a rainbow body. It's the entanglement of visible and ultimately invisible light as well, because ultimately all light is invisible till it is experienced. So you have a rainbow body, okay? And when I say body, I mean body-mind. Aphorism number 4, light beings know that every so-called object event, this event that you're experiencing, thoughts, which are electrical events in the brain. The fundamental cellular activity in any cell in your body is just the movement of ions and charges. That's it. And these ions and charges move at the speed of light across cell membranes, including your brain, including, everything, a neural network, activity of your genes, activity of your DNA, all of that. And therefore, emotions and what we call the neural correlates of emotions and feelings and images. When you imagine something, you make an image and sensations. That all this, all objects, all events, all experiences have a rainbow body, which means that they're the entanglement of light energy. Some very subtle, like a thought. Some little more obvious, like an image, imagination. Some less obvious, emotion, sensation, but they're all entangled rainbow bodies. All entangled rainbow bodies. So, light beings know that all transformation and alchemy is alchemy of the entangled rainbow bodies. Everything, every relationship, every encounter, every event, every thought, every interbeingness that we experience, every relationship, professional, every personal relationship, every social interaction, everything that we call the world is constantly transforming as a result of the alchemy of existence, which is entangled rainbow bodies. Number 6, light beings understand that all existence is alchemical, and the rearrangement and reshuffling of rainbow bodies and evolves through intention, conscious or unconscious, or coming from an unmanifest source. But intention is the trigger for transformation. Intention is the trigger for transformation. Lift your hand up. That's an intention. What is changing is the entanglement of the relationship of rainbow bodies. Okay. What's happening? If you do this constantly, then that part of your brain that registers sensation will ultimately change the appearance of this hand. If I keep weightlifting or whatever, this hand will become stronger than this hand. Okay, so that's alchemy, right? Intention, influencing sensation, motor and sensory activity, transformation. That's how exercise works. Okay, that's how actually Yoga Nidra is being aware, paying attention to sensations. A simple form of Yoga Nidra is a body scan. So you start with your toes, your ankles, move your awareness everywhere in the body. And there's a process. Yoga Nidra is very kind of structured. By the time you finish, you have influenced your entire sensory cortex in both brains. And when you actually relax the muscles and then contract them, then you have changed your entire motor cortex for that activity. Entire, both sides. If you go through this process of Yoga Nidra or just sensory attention and motor activity involving every part of your body, that changes motor and sensory cortex. And that change is happening all the time anyway at the speed of light, because electrical activity and charges move at the speed of light. That's a simple explanation for why exercise increases neural network activation, what we call long-term and short-term homosynaptic and heterosynaptic potentiation, which is use-dependent. The more you use a certain muscle, the stronger it becomes, because you're changing the neural networks for that through intention. Starts with intention, and then exercise or body scan or Yoga Nidra or selective motor activity. But then you can go deeper, interoception, where you pay attention to what is happening in the body. Okay, interoception, pratyahara. That's what the Sanskrit word is. And then you can go deeper, you can be aware of mental space and the space of relationship. You can be aware of sensory experiences, sound, touch, sight, taste, smell, selectively. You can be aware of the web of relationship. You can be aware of the deeper relationship of the ecosystem. you can be aware of relationship with the universe, and you can be aware of being aware. Every single aspect of this has a neural correlate. But in order to have a neural correlate, you have to have gene activation. In order to have gene activation, you actually activate epigenetic mechanisms. You don't necessarily change the genes, although you can change your microbial genes through diet, but you can change the activity of your human genes. So you can change most of your genetic information just through diet, but also through other epigenetic modulations. You can change your entire microbial gene population and the diversity of it, but you can also influence the activity of your human genes, the 25,000 genes you got from your parents, or you got 2 million from Mother Earth. And Mother got those also from Mother Earth, and so did Father. So ultimately, we are the entanglement of genetic information at the level of the genetic code, but that expresses itself as a result of changing experiences as changing modulations of neural activity, of genetic activity, and that happens with every thought, with every feeling, and every image that you have, with every conscious movement, with every conscious attention to the entangled rainbow bodies with which we are in relationship at all times. So this reshuffling and reorganization of entangled rainbow body is actually occurring at the speed of light. We don't notice it. You look at somebody, look away, look at them again, it's a different entangled rainbow body. And you add these up, these sequential snapshots of entangled rainbow bodies, and you have the whole journey from a fertilized egg to death, all the way. But it's happening, this transformation is happening at the speed of light. I lift my hand and I change the entire space-time geometry of the universe. You're familiar with the expression, when an electron vibrates, the universe shakes. What is the electron vibrating? An entangled rainbow body at a very subtle level. So conscious evolution is the path to enlightenment through metacognition. Meta means beyond, cognition. So metacognition ultimately is transcendence, but along the way it is being aware of any sensory experience and any motor activity as it is happening. That's it. Now, conscious evolution can also become more conscious by actually noticing every object you see is an entanglement of light. And every aspect, every vibration of that entangled rainbow body, every vibration has a symbolic representation of the entangled rainbow bodies. Your body is the symbolic representation of that. Your thoughts are the symbolic representation of that. Every object is the symbolic representation of that. The whole universe is a symbolic representation of that. But the symbol is not the reality. Your body is a symbol. Your mind is a symbol. All objects are symbols of entangled interbeingness, which is all entangled rainbow bodies. So you can, final aphorism, shapeshift at the speed of light, and indeed you're doing that right now. But when you become conscious of it, you become a shapeshifter, a conscious shapeshifter. This is what I'm doing with you, my friends. I'm right now engaged in changing the appearance of my entangled rainbow body. I'm inviting you to do the same. We can all grow younger and live longer if we want to. Okay. Recognizing that what is actually changing is the symbols. And once the symbols change, the reality changes, or the experience of the reality changes. Today, for example, there's a lot of movement getting rid of Confederate statues, from that go back to the slave trade, like Cecil B. Rhodes' statue is being removed in Oxford. Okay, many statues are being removed of the Confederate times, generals. Why? Because those statues are symbolic representations of a paradigm that no longer appeals. The story no longer appeals. Confederate flags are being brought down. These are symbolic expressions of a story. The story is not relevant anymore, so the symbols change. And when the symbols change, reality changes. Okay, your body is a symbol. If you change the symbol, your experience of reality changes. Any symbol, because rainbow bodies are entangled symbols. Now, there's a lot to discuss here. Each of these aphorisms can become a means, a mode of knowing for liberation, for freedom, which is conscious alchemy of existence. So I think I've said a lot for one day, and I'll pause. I'll look at Rahul Singh. I'm from Mumbai. Great to meet you, Rahul. I'll pause here. Somebody said music brings it all together. Absolutely right. Music is the harmony, the symphony, especially the symphony of the spheres. Elsa, good morning from Chile. Good morning, Elsa. Shalina, Vipassana. This is Vipassana. Absolutely. Sangeeta, Roy, hello. Divya Goswami, hello. Anand, Johnny, the Heart, hello. I think Mary Goff, be aware of being aware. Somebody also made a comment on Pratyahara, epigenetic spell, please. Look it up in the dictionary, epigenetic, E-P-I-G-E-N-E-T-I-C. But generally, it's a good idea to look up the dictionary, and if you have a computer, many dictionaries are available. Okay. Your messages are coming so fast that I can't keep up with them. So I'm going to pause here and just want to also tell you that we are running right now a 21-day meditation program, Body, Mind and Spirit, and how to renew yourself. It's available both in English and in Spanish. Jay Baldwin, the great artist, is actually collaborating for the Spanish version. So do check out chopra.com or chopracentermeditation.com, and please join us. It's free, and it will only expand your awareness and help your journey to enlightenment and being a conscious light being, playing with the alchemy of existence, but responsibly, because these things can be misused as well. Okay. Good morning from Guadalupe. Good morning. Greetings from Istanbul. Thank you. Hello from Hola, from Mexico. Ambika says, much love. What an amazing community we already have of rainbow bodies and entangled light beings. Ana Maria from Argentina. Blessings from all over the world. Venezuela. What are 7 and 8? Please again, sorry, you'll have to go back and check. Otherwise, I'll be here all day. 7 and 8. Aurora is probably making the aphorisms so she can see. You can see them, okay? So I think I repeat too much anyway, so I'm going to pass on that idea of repeating 7 and 8. Okay, good for today. Thank you and have a wonderful day. All my love. Only with the heart can we touch the sky.